Hey, John Weber here, 5D New Human podcast guy, talking to you, the 5D New Human. Are you a 5D New Human? If you're watching this video, chances are you are. And if you haven't fully tapped in your 5D New Human frequency, I'm going to explain to you what 5D New Human frequency is all about and what this 5D New Earth is all about, if that interests you. So the first thing we talk about as 5D New Humans is we realize that, boom, we're humans, right? And so 5D New Human begins with this idea that we take this deep breath and we discover in our chest, right? Like this perfect place in the center of our chest. And when you do that with a deep breath and you exhale slowly and you stop all your external thoughts, you're going to just discover that there's kind of a quiet there. Do it again, and you just notice. You shut off all the noise, right? And while you may not find bliss and joy there just yet, what you will find is there's something quiet. There's something peaceful there. And that quiet, peaceful thing that's inside of you, that quiet, peaceful spot, that's your connection to the 5D perception. That's your connection. That's your portal to the 5D New Earth. The 5D New Earth is right here. It's in the center of your heart. It's in the center of your chest. It's in the center of your being. And what is it? Deep breath, pulsing life. It's energy, right? That's the love and light. That's your core source frequency, which is God, which is love, which is light, right? Which is a frequency. And by the way, everything that I talk about here is 5D New Humans. It's all talking in frequencies. Everything is a frequency. We see the frequencies in things. So we're not attached to a narrative. We're not attached to a group narrative, because a group narrative, on any narrative, there are two frequencies, right? There's a love and light frequency on every single narrative path, right? And then there's also a resistance frequency. There's also an irritation frequency. There's also an out of alignment with 5D New Human frequency. So once you tap into discovering this inside of you, you find that spot. And when you find that spot, you start your day there. You live from here, right? This word has been called the now moment. We're calling it 5D New Human Perception. It's the 5D New Earth. It's your portal to the source energy, which is life itself, which is God force, which is love and light, which is you. It's me, and it flows through every other being and every other thing in our reality. So when you zoom in and you find that little spot in your own heart, you find that one little dot, that one little spot in your heart, and you focus on that. That's your heart light. Remember the movie E.T.? Phone home, E.T. phone home. Turn on your heart light. Let it shine wherever you go. Let it make a happy glow for all the world to see. When you turn inside out and you turn on your heart light, you see the amazing, amazing, amazing new earth, because that's where we're living now. And it's not a new planet, right? It's like nothing changes in our world. The only thing that changes is, boom, your perception of the world. You see the world through love and light. And so when we're all sharing our love and light, that's all we're doing here. My 5D podcast is just, boom, John Weber, a 5D New Human, putting my love and light on the table. I'm presenting my love and light vision. I'm sharing my love and light frequency, using my words, right? I'm grabbing my own words, and I'm trying to orchestrate a narrative to convey a frequency. But 5D New Humans, it's all about the frequency. And so you'll know the frequency of someone who's in love and light. Like, you just know. It's a frequency. You know it, right? And you'll also know the frequency of someone who's struggling, and someone who's not in love and light, and someone who's in pain and suffering. Turn inside out. See the world through your own love and light. Shine your light on the world. And as you shine your light on the world, you're going to see so many other people, so many other frequencies around you, bang, bang, that reflect back to you. And we're mirror looping that. So when you find someone that's reflecting back that same frequency of love and light, you comment, you say, I love that. 5D new human frequency, keep sharing. I resonate in that frequency. We're talking in frequencies because narratives create arguments. Narratives create tension because my narrative is different than your narrative. 5D new humans, boom, boom, we put our lights on. And once we discover this pure place inside, and this 5D new human, John Weber, has done that. And I'm turning inside out and presenting my love and light on this podcast right now. All the information that I share is only my frequency, right? I'm creating a narrative using my words, using my experience, trying to orchestrate a communication string through a narrative. I'm trying to set up a narrative to explain this place that I'm residing in, right? I'm living in this new perspective, with this new perspective. It's a new perception. It's the new earth, right? It's not a new planet. It's just boom. It's like you see the world through your own love and light. And so I'm shining my love out onto the world, and I'm shining my love and light out right here on this podcast. And if you resonate with this love and light frequency, if there's anything inside of you that's kind of attracted to this, and maybe that attraction is irritation, because that's also boom, boom, you're resonating in frequency. You're resonating with this frequency that I'm putting on the table. And every human being, every new human, 5D new human who discovers their heart light and they turn inside out and they start putting their light on, that's the 5D new human movement. We're the 5D new human movement. We're the ones that are putting our love and light out, right? We're not preaching, right? We're not out to explain something, although we can do that to a person who's in a stuck place. We can help create a narrative to free them from their own constrictions. But once you come to 5D, you breathe in, you're just happy. Like you just discover this place of peace. And when you discover this place of peace, you resonate. It resonates. So you resonate with it. You dance with it. You find this, the way you start your day every day. You find this joy when you get up in the morning, before you grab your anxiety device, you say, today I'm going to see the world differently. And maybe when you start in the morning, you wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Another narrative describing a frequency, right? You're with me? So you wake up and you just, oh man, I can't get this right. So you take an action step, walk into the bathroom, take a deep breath, find this spot inside of you, smile at yourself in the mirror, force yourself to stand tall, force yourself to give yourself a big smile and say, I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. Find that frequency. And even if you have to fake it until you make it, you discover that there's a frequency. There's a frequency of life. And we live in the frequency that we project. And 5D new humans, we're projecting love and light. That's the frequency that we're putting out, and that's what's getting reflected back to us. That's the 5D new human. That's the 5D new earth. And there are thousands of us coming to this perception. It's just awakening right now. It's called the awakening movement. It's called the star seeds, right? It's called the new age. It's called 5D perception. It's called non-duality. It's called meditation, right? It's called Kabbalah. There are so many different words that attach to the frequency of this, the light. It's the light. It's the love and the light. It's turning on your heart's light. You know, it's becoming that new frequency. That's the 5D new human. It's a frequency, and it feels amazing. And you will know you're in your 5D, first of all, when you find your peace. And sometimes that's all you can get because we're still trying to find our balance in the chaos of the 3D matrix all around us. But when we sit alone in silence, take that deep breath. It's called a meditation. You do a meditative breath, really concentrate, do 5 or 6 of these things, and really find your core frequency of where you feel content. And it may start with just the fact that there's a frequency of peace. There's just a frequency of nothing. And that nothing, that nothingness, that 0 point, that's the now moment. right? And when you first tap into the now moment, it doesn't necessarily do anything for you because all it does is shut down the noise. But once you own this now moment and you actually start to live from this now moment and you bring this now moment into every interaction of life, that's the 5D new human perception. So when you bump into situations, you look into the situations and you look at the situations through your heart light, and you can right away say that's something that doesn't resonate. So what do? You back away and you put your lights on it. What is that doesn't resonate? What is that doesn't resonate? What is that frequency that's out of sync with me? What is that? We put our love and light on it. Okay. Boom. That's what we call putting our love and light on it. And then slowly but surely, you'll start to discover that there are specific things that start to happen, right? That you're in your peace place, and then this one thing will come up. A person will say something, right? You'll see a show. You'll watch something on TV. You'll watch a politics. You'll do something on social media, and you'll discover that negative frequency, right? And when that negative frequency comes, we used to grab hold of it and let's figure this thing out. What is the problem with this frequency? How can I fix this? How can I rearrange this? How can I make this go away? You can't. It's just the frequency. So what we do in 5D is we see that frequency coming. We put our lights on it. And here's a thought concept that Joshua South says: you chop it off. You chop it off. You chop it off and say, boom, I'm feeling that frequency. Chop it off and change your focus. Bring your focus over here. Bring your focus to something different. And how do you do that? Well, first of all, you attach. Deep breath, boom, and you take that deep breath and you put your lights on. It's almost like, boom, that's like a literal signal that you're sending out as like a frequency resistance. Boom, you chop that off. And then you put your focus on something in your physical reality. Look at something. Tap your arm. Look at something in your physical reality and focus on your physical reality while you try to find that 0 point of peace again inside of you. That's the 5D new human perception, right? We're seeing all the craziness, boom, and when we see it, we turn our lights on it, right? And pretty soon you'll get to the point where, boom, your lights are on all the time, and you're so out here because, boom, boom, once you come to this 5D new human perception and you start putting your lights out, you're going to see everybody else who's got their lights on too, because you're not fighting it, you're not resisting it, you're resonating in it, right? And there is nothing negative, right, in our 0 point God place. There's nothing negative in here. There's all kinds of negative stuff around us, but those are frequencies, none of which are actually affecting you, right? They're frequencies that are happening around you, right? And every now and again, there will be a frequency that is directly yours, right? Your car breaks down, boom, that's a frequency. It's a negative frequency. You can't chop it off, but it's something that you can deal with because you see what the cause is and you know how to solve the problem, right? But if you know how to solve the problem, you see the problem, you know how to solve the problem, but you say, you know what, I don't want to deal with that right now. I want to go home. And you know what, I don't like that problem, so I'm going to go home and I'm going to put a good buzz on. Let me go home and drink 6 beers, right? And let me go home and eat some junk food to make me feel better because I don't like this frequency, right? So that's a 5D perception, right? But that's not living in the now moment of the love and the joy and the bliss of the moment. A 5D new human, boom, they see that problem. My car broke down. Okay, that's a frequency I have to deal with. So what do? Boom. I put my light on that problem and I say that problem's mine, so I have to fix it. So how am I going to fix it? Well, I take actions to fix it, right? And as soon as I do, what you'll discover is sometimes, you're off and you end up having, you're heading to work, right? And you're heading to work one morning and it's kind of not a great day and you're kind of running a little bit late. And then you go to start your car and then you start to drive and boom, you get a flat tire. Oh, feel that frequency, right? You know what it's like, right? Or you go to click, and it's like click, it's dead. Your battery's dead. So you try to get a jump. All of those are frequencies, right? You cannot control the frequencies, but you can control you. So you become coherent in your own space. You say, okay, so here's a problem. I know how to deal with this problem. I know what I need to do. I'm going to get it fixed. So you take the actions to get it fixed. And then you know what's amazing? After you take the actions to get something fixed, and then you turn the key and it starts, all of a sudden, like you have a whole different attitude about your life. It's like when you normally get up and you just start your car, you don't even appreciate it. When it doesn't start, click, that creates irritation. But then when you get back to where you started, it's like, boom, you can reconnect to the joy that you actually have within you, that you do have a car that starts. And that's the thing that we take for granted, that we never go back to see and we never go back to check on. This is 5D New Human Perception. This is John Weber. I'm talking about frequencies, frequencies, frequencies only. There's no advice here. There's no share. There's nothing political. There's no philosophy. There's nothing except discovering your inner love and light. That's all I'm doing. And I'm turning my love and light out and I'm putting it on the table through this podcast. I am a 5D New Human. And the 5D New Humans, boom, that's what we're all doing. We're all coming up, and each one of us has a very unique, specific light frequency and a light channel that we shine through. And that's what this podcast is for John Weber. I'm just sharing my love and light out. But, as you listen to other people, I'll see other people shining their light, and I know they're in the light because as their light hits me, it reflects back on me. And I know that they're in the frequency. It's a frequency, it's a frequency, it's a frequency. That's what the 5D New Earth is all about. That's what this podcast is all about. I hope this is maybe touching you in some way. I'm going to run a little one of my my YouTube video as kind of a communication to try to spread this frequency. By the way, you can get these on 5dnewhuman.com and you can help share them. There'll also be a link in the description here. But notice the frequency that's trying to be communicated through this little ad promo, this little spot. Have a listen. Howdy, folks. John Weber, 5D New Human Podcast on Spotify and Apple. 5D Perception for you. When you think about an intense situation, we have a real problem with somebody, and you know that there's going to be conflict. Who has the advantage going into the conflict? And you would say the person with the most money, or the person with the strongest body, the person with the quickest mind. The 5D New Human Perception knows that when you walk in to that conversation, to that clashing of frequencies, you hold your core frequency and you just dance with whatever that is. You just dance with it, because it's going to resolve itself exactly the way the universe is going to resolve it. And us fighting it only delays that end result, because that end result is the 5D perception. Well, that's making some sense. This is what I talk about on my podcast, Spiritual Quest. Come have a listen. Spotify and Apple. Peace. All right, 5D New Human. Boom, boom. Lights on. Feeling the frequency? You discovering this frequency? Do you want to find this frequency? Right. This frequency is available to you, and it's only available to you through your own 0 point. You've got to find that place inside of you. You got to take that deep breath. You got to find your heart light, right? And then you turn inside out, and that's how you phone home. And when you phone home, you're connecting to your source energy, boom, which is love and light. And you know who's answering that call? Other 5D New Humans who are also living in the new earth. And we're all living in this new earth frequency, and boom, we're shining our lights out to the world. Boom, boom, this is your chance to see my light frequency. Does this love and light resonate in any way? If you're here, it does, because you wouldn't be here if it wasn't resonating. So I'm not the only one. And by the way, I have a Facebook Spiritual Quest on Facebook. I share other 5D New Humans who are also putting their love and lights on. If this is something that you are eagerly pursuing, like you know that you are a 5D New Human, you know in your soul that you've got a mission, and you know because it's like a fire that's burning up inside of you, you're just dying to take action. You cannot not take action, right? And here's the thing, once you start taking action, don't think about whatever's happening, because when you're taking action, boom, you're putting your lights on, right? And no one in the world is going to see your light. The only one who's going to see your light that you're channeling out is yourself. You've got to communicate to yourself. Put your light on. Put your love and light out. And let that land wherever it lands. Because slowly but surely, as we all put our lights on, right, the light just gets brighter and brighter and brighter. Things become clearer and cleaner, right? And we don't need the validation of the 3D matrix to tell you that you're good. You don't need the validation of money to tell you that you're good. You just need, boom, boom, your love and light to be on, and the immediate payback is in the pure love and light frequency, which is God, which is source, which is abundance, right? And that's your currency. That's the currency of the new earth, the 5D new human. Our currency is our love and light. We are attached to God through this heart, and we can give as much joy out as we can ever do, because there's never a drain when you're shining your light. When you're shining your light, you're channeling that frequency of love and light, which is God. You are become that channel, like you're putting that love and light out, and that's what we're doing. So if you're putting on your light, if you're putting out your light and you're feeling good about what you're doing, don't look 1 second at how it's being picked up by others, because no one is going to pick up your love and light the way you're putting it out, because that's exclusive to you. My love and light is exclusive to me. My words, what you can pick up is the frequency. Notice the frequency. Does this frequency of love and light resonate? Is this a frequency that says, yeah, I'd like this in my life, I'd like this in my world? Boom, boom, that's the 5D new human. That's what this podcast is about. That's what I'm talking about here. You'll know yourself. You'll know yourself when you find this 0 point, when you find this now moment and you resonate in this now moment, and you turn on your heart light and you look at the rest of the world through your heart light, and you start to see the rest of the world as beautiful. So when you start your day with a deep breath. Before you even roll out of bed, just say a prayer or whatever your tradition says, do an exercise, do a breathing activity, do some meditation, right? But find that core center and say, today I'm going to have a good day. So go look at yourself in the mirror and give yourself a big smile. And even if you feel like you're faking it, stand up, put your shoulders back and smile big. And you will notice, you will discover the frequency shift within your own being. You will discover the shift to the 0 point frequency. And you can control that. You, through your own coherent 5D new human perception, you control your own frequency. That's the 5D new earth. And boom, once you find your frequency, you just shine that out. And that's what we're doing. And by the way, we're shining it out, and then we get knocked off. And it's not like this is a, you flick the switch, or that this is some kind of, utopia, Pollyanna positive thinking thing. No, this is a biological, metaphysical reality that we live in. You know when you're vibrating in peace. You know when you're happy. You know when you're joyful. You know when you know because that's coherence. And when you're in your coherent frequency, you know. And when you fit in your coherent frequency, it feels good. So own your frequency, smile, look at yourself, force yourself to take frequency steps to control your frequency. Don't go unconscious and let the world drive you crazy, right? And try to figure everything out. You go into your dark mind and you're going crazy. No, you take control of your life. You take control of your frequency. You smile, you love, you literally embody this new love and light frequency. That's 5D new human perception. And once you own this place and you look at the world through that, man, you're in the new earth. Boom, boom, our lights are on. Boom, boom. And once you put your lights on, you're going to see other people who are putting their lights on. And we're just going to start putting our lights on one another, right? We don't have to do anything. We don't have to do anything. We just, boom, put our lights on. And as we're all putting our lights on, what's happening to the world around us? Wow, do you notice how everything's changing for the good? Do you notice how everything's coming together? Do you notice how everything is improving? Do you notice those things? And you're going to say, John, you're a kook. Well, then if you're not noticing that everything's coming together, you're going to notice that everything's falling apart. everything's going crazy. Everything is chaotic. It's so unsettling. I can't even stop because I'm literally going crazy because I'm constantly triggered by everything that happens all around me. And your brain is caught up and you're trying to think your way out of things and you're saying, well, what's going on with this process or what's going on with that process? What's going on with my kids or my grandkids, right? What's going on in my community, in my neighborhood, in my country? You go crazy. That's 5D perception. But that's 5D perception. The lights are on. You're seeing all the chaos, but you haven't found your frequency spot. When you find your own coherent frequency and you come to your own peaceful spot and you find your own love and joy and you just put your love and light out, you're going to see that the whole world is full of love and light because that love and light is going to reflect right back at you. That's what I'm talking about. 5D new human frequency. That's what this podcast is. I'm John Weber, 5D New Human. Share this if you like it. And if you hate it, tell me that too. Send a comment. You can also just ignore it because you've been touched by this 5D New Human frequency. And eventually, you're going to resonate in this frequency because that's who we are. That's the transformation we are literally in right now. That's the Great Awakening. That's the Golden Age, right? This is the new earth. Right? This is what's coming, and it's already here. It's already here, and it's right there inside of you. That 5D new human frequency, that's 5D new human perception. You look at the world through that, and you're living in the 5D new earth. I love you, I love you, I love you, and I'm so grateful that you support me by listening, and I ask that you share this and come back and see me again next week. Peace.